Makes his professional debut. He is a two-time Olympic gold medal champion from Odessa, Ukraine. Dami Gospoda, Vasyl, Lomachenko.
He believes he has supreme confidence, doesn't believe anyone can beat him. When you win 2 gold medals in the Olympics and you only lose 1 out of 400 amateur fights, guess what? It breeds confidence.
Arguably the greatest amateur fighter ever, Loma's pro debut was highly anticipated.
And Ramirez is already down on one knee as the result of a right-hand body shot by Lomachenko.
Typically, a fighter with potential will rev their career up over time. Vasyl wanted no part of that.
5-punch combination gel, something you very rarely see nowadays.
396 amateur fights, of which he won 395.
Oh, good shot.
Another amazing combination.
Good body shot.
Oh, another body shot knocked down. And Russell Moore is going to wave it off.
Ramirez went halfway across the world.
Vasyl, Lomachenko.
I had Lomachenko in my top 10 pound for pound when he had 1 pro fight. And people were, what are you doing? How could you do that? Well, give it some time. Maybe you'll figure it out.
Vasyli's parents are the source of his strength. His mother was a gymnast, his father a boxing trainer.
Loma was trained by his father since the time he was a literal baby.
I started training when I was 4 years old.
Yeah, he's #1. He's the best. And I think his father is the best too.
Oh, that's him doing some sambo.
Competing in a plethora of sports, Vasyl excelled in almost any athletic undertaking.
Football, swimming, not football, soccer. Soccer, dancing.
You know the story where his father made him do traditional Russian dancing and just made him learn that for footwork. It seems like his dad was just a mastermind architect of a champion.
The Matrix is everywhere.
He entered the professional arena, ready and able to contend for a title.
When he was 6, 7 years old, his father insisted on 4 years of Ukrainian dance.
And in just his second pro fight, he took his first shot.
When you look at Lomachenko, you see exactly why this highly decorated amateur believes he can pull it off.
You know, he had that amazing experience of 12 rounds against Orlando Salido, who came in overweight and outweighed him by maybe 20 pounds. And Salido fought a very rough and probably dirty fight.
For the vacant WBO Featherweight Championship of the World.
Round 1.
The fight was a difficult one for the Green Vasyl.
Facing a seasoned champion in just his second fight. It began with Vasyl dominating the action.
397 amateur fights, 396 of them wins.
And the one loss was avenged.
Wins.
And the one loss was avenged.
But it quickly devolved into repeated low blows from Orlando. Roy Jones Jr. commentated on it all night.
Repeatedly, this kid threw low blow after low blow right there. Every time you see him let low blow, you'll see Lomachenko dip and go down like right there.
After the fight, it was counted that Orlando used 41 strikes below the belt. He was not docked a single point.
There are some shots that Cole has to know are low that he's just missing.
He's just a dreadful referee. Referee big fights and somehow miss what most other people in the arena can clearly see.
Fouled Lomachenko 100 times, and I don't even think that's hyperbole. and was lucky that he held on.
To the winner by split decision, Orlando City.
He wasn't quite mentally ready for a tough, rugged guy that was going to take him 12 rounds and was going to cheat a little bit.
But the experience would ultimately be a good one for Vasyl, an experience he credits with preparing him for the tactics of inferior fighters in the future.
As an amateur, Vasyl racked up an otherworldly record of 396 wins to just 1 loss. Vasyl is on the short list of 2-time gold medalists.
That's exactly what you see. You don't often find a guy who can win 2 gold medals consecutively back-to-back in the Olympics. That's like having a LeBron James and a Kobe Bryant come through all in
his third fight, Loma would take on Gary Russell Jr., who was unblemished in 24 pro fights.
2-time Olympic gold medalist, introducing Vasyl Lomachenko. And his opponent across the ring on my left, introducing the undefeated Mr. Gary Russell Jr.
I think it's going to be a lot easier than what people think. He only had 2 fights, you know, so we're definitely going to expose him on that. We got some tricks up our sleeve that we don't think he's ready for.
I thought Gary Russell Jr. was the greatest thing since sliced bread. He fought Lomachenko, and I was like, who's this Russian dude? I didn't even know he was Ukrainian, never heard of him. He took Russell apart.
Let's watch again, in real time.
For him to be able to compete for a world title in only 2 fights, it's a little shaky. It's a little shaky. You can't take away from the laws of gravity. You know, if you jump up, you got to come down.
He outclassed Russell from start to finish.
He gets inside, he steps around, he gets underneath the arms. He's never standing still, even if he's working in the pocket.
Holding Russell's punches landed to a paltry 10%.
Most dominant round for either fighter this round so far.
Really fast fighter, and Lomachenko completely outclassed him.
Now Lomachenko going upstairs with that left uppercut. Action picking up here now, under 30 seconds left.
Handing the previously unbeaten fighter his first loss.
It's Lomachenko imposing his will and skill on Gary Russell Jr. Terrific performance for Lomachenko. They certainly believe that history has been equal here tonight, Albertstein.
Vasyl Lomachenko going up against Gary Russell and winning a world title, and just his third fight. His third fight, Al.
Anatoly is a genius. I mean, he really is a mastermind with tactics.
Loma's training is a scientific process, unorthodox yet unquestionably effective, reminiscent to the approach Evander Holyfield took with his training.
He started him very young. He had a process that he was going to put him through all the way through.
Yeah.
Dad's a mad scientist.
Yeah.
To increase his stamina, Vasyl practices holding his breath underwater for as long as he can.
His record is 4.5 minutes.
My record was 4 minutes 30 seconds.
What?
Yeah.
His father is really a mastermind when it comes to boxing.
In your training, get ready for a 12-round fight. Instead, you spar 15 rounds. And instead of 3-minute rounds, you do 4-minute rounds.
4 minutes rounds.
Instead of a minute rest, you do 30-second rounds.
Yeah.
In his fourth fight, Loma fought the Asia-Pacific champ,
who had an incredible record of 51 wins and only 1 defeat.
And here's Lomachenko, regarded by many as the greatest amateur fighter of all time. One loss as an amateur, that loss twice avenged. Bottom line, he's the most precocious fighter of this age with this background ever to have appeared in the sport.
The challenger, he's the WBO Asia Pacific champion.
#1 contender in the sanctioning body. Lomachenko told his people, I want to fight one of the other belt holders. They said none of them are available. He said, then get me the #1 contender.
Roy Jones Jr. was amazed at the way the young Vasyl navigated the ring.
I'd have touched the ropes. He made a 3/4 of a circle, maybe a 360 even, around the ring without his back ever touching the ropes.
Combination throwing pressure fighter. He's a power punching pot shotter, and then all of a sudden he's a fleet-footed escape artist.
First time in 53 fights that O'Perry Pena has been on the canvas.
And that's the first time in 53 fights that he's seen Vasyl Lomachenko.
Even by special fighter standards, you're watching something special.
A true exhibition of greatness.
His hands move fast, his reaction and reflexes are super quick.
All to the winner by unanimous decision, and still WBO World Champion Vasyl Lomachenko.
The edict from Loma was clear. He was only interested in fighting meaningful fights. No record padding for him.
Nobody can help but be impressed by how Loma fights, by the technical skill that he has, and we haven't seen that maybe since the first young Ali.
Loma is a nightmare of frustration. This explains the abnormal amount of cheap shots Loma's opponents deliver. Time and again.
Lomachenko is just genetically like he's laced with fast twitch muscles.
It's breathtaking for guys like us who have been around the ring for a long time.
It is a thing of beauty, and that's why he's already cracked my top 5 pound-for-pound list.
You know, the guy who does it the best today about cutting angles and being right in front of you, you can't hit him, is Lomachenko.
You could throw a punch, and that punch could be in midair, and he's spinning, and he's already behind you.
Get Lomachenko out of it.
Another fast combination.
And then he's over here, and then he's punching you in the face. And Lomachenko stands right in front of you, and then he's not.
I've never seen someone avoid punches and counter punch and switch. Like, he does some amazing things. I'm thinking, I've been boxing for a long time. I'm like, how'd you do that? I'm like, how'd you practice that?
His fluidity and ability to dance around the ring help him to be in the right place at the right time. Every time.
And Rodriguez is down for the second time.
6, 7, 8, 9.
He is the winner by way of knockout. He is still the WBO featherweight champion of the world, Vasyl Lomachenko.
What's fascinating to me is in your training that you post online, I see on the countdown videos. I mean, who comes up with this stuff? Is it your father? You're doing the reaction drills?
This is special exercises for mind flexibility. You need to switch from muscle work to intelligence work.
Loma also trains in skating, juggling, tennis, and gymnastics.
Traditional boxing exercises are alternated with non-standard methods.
Anything that may aid in some way to his boxing repertoire.
All my boxing life, he gave me special exercises. I do not boxing exercises.
Yeah, unconventional, different.
Yeah, his training regimen is pretty brutal, and they said it was just crazy, the hours that he puts in, how he trains, how hard he trains, and some of the drills that he does.
The way he's so agile with the stepping of his feet. It's like I think a lot of people are going to learn and mirror that.
In his 7th professional fight, Loma moved up in weight to face off with the junior lightweight champion, Rocky Martinez, in champion.
Why is he so effective in the ring?
Oh, there's so many reasons. Well, I'd start with technique. His technique is impeccable.
In his next fight, Loma would take on an undefeated champion, Nicholas Walters.
Nicholas Axman
Only a special fighter and a special performance wins a matchup like this. They're both special tonight.
Walters was a knockout artist, a genuine star.
Makes guys keep their hands at home a lot with the small or the light offense. Then once he gets settled at home, he brings a bomb.
And Lomachenko, as he did to Gary Russell Jr., is just turning it into a boxing wrestling.
Loma embarrassed him.
Dominating the fight from start to finish.
The way he seems to know exactly what he wants to do from moment to moment.
You want to? No, I don't want to. No. No, you don't want to continue. No. Okay.
They're stopping the fight. That's astonishing.
The tradition in North American boxing is a champion would not stop fighting at that moment.
A finish that came via Walters quitting on his stool. Shades of Leonard versus Duran. No mas.
You're not supposed to quit in boxing. You know, you're not supposed to cry in baseball. You can't quit in boxing.
Ukraine's very own Vasyl Lomachenko has been recognized as the best boxer in the world.
What makes Vasyl Lomachenko the best then?
Because his style is so unorthodox. Most of the time he's southpaw, but then he switches his hands, switches his legs.
Ranked pound for pound best fighter in the world by ESPN, the Ring Magazine, and the Boxing Writers Association of America.
Lomachenko has a record that you will look at and say, wait a minute, this guy's not experienced, but he is.
Lomachenko's attempting to also become one of the greatest pros ever, and there have been very few careers that have been this good, this fast.
Another combination upstairs. Lomachenko, too much hand speed.
Loma attempted to fight any of the other belt holders in his division willing to fight him. They were all afraid.
So Loma defended his belt against Jason Sosa.
And by the way, how about the stamina?
Look at that move. Just now, 4-5 punch combination.
I can't think of anyone quite like Lomachenko. He's showing us something new.
If you look at Lomachenko, he takes those steps to the right and to the left, sort of like Mike Tyson used to do to set up his punches from the right and left.
And for the second straight fight, Loma made his opponent quit on their stool.
And now they're going to stop.
Good for Rivas. Correct call.
Good job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Loma was now being dubbed
Antics played. Vasyl Lomachenko breaking his will with both speed, defensive prowess, every which way.
Every which way, saying that, hey, I am the best. I fear no man, not you. You can't hit me, and I can hit you.
For the third straight time, his opponent quit on his stool.
That is it. Fight is over. Mariano will take no more. TKO victory for Vasyl Lomachenko.
Lomachenko struck again, winning by way of submission.
You're fighting for the first time in the history of boxing that two-time gold medalists are getting in the ring.
Lomachenko. He dodges punches like Neo dodges bullets. Fittingly, he's been nicknamed the Matrix.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window.
Next thing I know, I'm 2 or 3 rounds into it, and I'm going, he's playing with Rigondeaux.
Yeah.
Playing with him. I'm going, how?
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
But it's all set up by his feet. Look at his feet.
Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.
He is the Matrix with his angles.
The other title holders were understandably less than enthusiastic about being dismantled in the Matrix.
Undefeated world champion, and he's toying with him.
He is the one.
He is saying, I don't want any more. God. Are you kidding me? The undefeated number 7 pound-for-pound fighter is not coming out to continue against Loma.
Another opponent quitting on his stool, submitting to the will of Lomachenko.
Yeah, I'm giving a new name to Lomachenko. Lomachenko. There it is.
That's the fight that really sold me on Lomachenko, that he's that good.
11 fights in, he wins his 3rd world title. What in the f***?
From 130 pounds to 135, from junior lightweight to lightweight.
Loma would move up in weight again to face off with the lightweight world champion, Jorge Linares.
I was wondering whether Vasyl had bitten off more than he could chew.
Now it's time to see who's the best fighter in the world is now.
Linares and Lomachenko, round number 1 for the lightweight title.
In a quest to secure his 3rd title in yet another division, Linares was considered the number 1 lightweight in the world. A real challenge for the Matrix.
The fight was a back-and-forth affair early.
Good combination from Lomachenko. Touched him to the body and then split the guard upstairs.
Loma was the more skilled, but Jorge had a large size and power advantage.
The smaller man wants to be in. And there really is quite a size difference. You can just see it.
Then, in the 6th round, Loma got caught.
Lomachenko goes down. What a turn.
He was fine right away. And like I said, he showed another dimension.
A right hand from Linares floors the pound-for-pound best.
For the first time in his career, Loma was knocked down.
The momentum switched, and Linares went on the attack.
Swing back towards Lomachenko.
But Loma persevered, delivering a lethal combination that culminated with a devastating body shot.
Lomachenko, the fastest in history to become a 3-division world champ.
The win shattered the record for the fewest fights needed to secure titles in 3 divisions.
There was no resting on his laurels after winning his 3rd title. Instead, Loma aimed to unify the lightweight belts against Jose Pedraza.
He fade second half. You cannot fade against the Matrix, Lomachenko.
There's a left hand from Lomachenko. Comes in with a lead left hand that time against Pedraza.
That's exactly what I was talking about from the first round. He knocks down the jab of Pedraza and throws a straight left hand down the middle.
The fight was mostly one-sided. Loma landed an incredible 46% of his 345 power punches.
Good uppercut from Loma. 42 power punches landed in that 11th round. Takes that angle and scores with a massive uppercut. And down goes Pedraza. 7, 8, 9. What a dominating performance here. He survives the round, but Lomachenko was absolutely sensational.
He is now the unified WBA and WBO lightweight champion of the world, Vasyl Lomachenko.
But this is levels above. This is one of the great fighters of the last 10, 20 years in Lomachenko, who just seems to be getting stronger and better, and he wants more.
Loma destroyed Anthony Corolla.
Boom, perfect timing.
Inside the first minute of the fourth, that is definitively the end of the fight. And Vasyl Lomachenko proves his utter class in dismantling the brave Anthony Corolla, who needs some time here.
You know, 4 belts, it means you are the best in your weight classes, the best. You are one world champion, not 4 world champion. You won.
In his next outing, Lomachenko captured his 3rd belt in his 4th weight class.
How good is Lomachenko? I think he's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
Campbell was a much larger fighter than Loma.
Lomachenko's a guy who moved up from featherweight, so most people now are going to be the naturally bigger guy.
Lomachenko doesn't move, he glides.
It's so smooth, man.
Yeah. That's that ballet coming through. It's true.
It's something to watch, man. It's just the ability to move and also to anticipate the other fighter's movement. This guy is the wizard of footwork. It's crazy because he's like right in front of you, but he's one step ahead of you at every turn.
Loma was sharp.
He dictated the action, staying aggressive, landing cursing body shots, chopping away at the much larger fighter.
He wants to be matched only with the best.
Vasyl Lomachenko is considered by most boxing experts to be the pound-for-pound best fighter on the planet. How high he climbs on the all-time list will be one of the biggest stories in boxing over the next several years.